Well, I entered NC State in 1955 after I got out of the Air Force. I had had a little bit of education in the Air Force about electronics, and that's what moved me toward electrical engineering. And as an undergraduate, I had no idea I would come back into teaching. That was totally something that developed later. But I built the foundation there. I had a good education. I had good instructors, good professors. I came back on the faculty in 1963, and I think really that was my best possible career. Had wonderful relationships with most of my students, and I think I was instrumental in getting the department to move forward on some things. I think I've freed the department head up to work with higher level kinds of things. At least I like to think that. And I enjoyed that position for a long time. And then after teaching 7 years, I had been on a committee to operate the engineering operations program, which started in the late 50s, which was a kind of a combination of basic engineering and business principles. But a lot of students really found their home there and have built very successful careers on it, and went back to full-time teaching for 3 years. That was lovely. At that point in your career, nobody wants you on committees. They don't bother you with anything else. You come in, hold your classes, hold your office hours, and go home. So I had a lot of fun with those years. And I'll tell you a little anecdote. Students are not like they used to be. It's not uncommon for students just to get up in the middle of the class and walk out. And I said, well, we'll see what we can do. So when I met my first class, I said, folks, I know you are mature people, and I know you are here for a reason. And I worked very hard to try to give you a good experience with this course. And a lot of work preparing the lectures. And I hope that you will, when you come in, stay in the room through the full period and take full advantage of the lectures. I said, but I know you're mature people, and sometimes you have a need to leave. And so if that comes up, you just stand up and slam your books down on the table and says, I'm sick and tired of this crap, and then stalk out. And you know, I expected that to happen every year, but it only happened the very last day of my teaching. And actually came up, you know, in Robin Williams' show, they had the Dead Poets Society. So I came up with the Dead Scientist Society. And I said, we're all members of the Dead Science Society. And I actually issued the membership cards. So we had a lot of fun, and those were very enjoyable 3 years. I know what I did and what I accomplished, and I'm happy with that. But to have it recognized is thrilling, always, when you find somebody has viewed your work and really appreciated it is a wonderful thing. So I was thrilled when Dr. Stansel telephoned me about that, and particularly that it was to be named for me. And so every year when it comes up, my name will be presented again, so maybe they'll remember me a little bit longer in the department. But I had a good, solid education. You know, it formed my life, no question about it. I had a whole new insight into the future. Every student seems to think that everybody else knows exactly where they're going to go and exactly how to get there. It ain't so, you know. It's a learning process, a developing process. And then outside of that, I would just say, you know, put your emphasis on your studies. Yeah, sure, go out and play sometimes, have a good time, but when study times come, do it and do the best you can in your program. That'll buy you a lot to graduate with good credentials.